This video was sponsored by Enhance, Neowatt, A Better Road Planner, Elbilmek, Kempower and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? We're now in Chiang Mai and today I'm gonna test the range of this Avatr 11. What the heck is Avatr? Well, it's Chang'an's premium or luxury brand. So Chang'an, they also make Deepal, which starts selling in Norway and maybe some other European countries. This is the top of the crop from, well, Deepal or Chang'an actually. So yeah, it's a nice big family car. We have freaking 22-inch Continental Premium Contact 6 and then Brembo brakes, some schmutz. We have automatic opening of the doors. No, don't be so aggressive on it. Shit. Do this and then whoa. Okay, then he detected me. And then voila. No, go. Don't wait, huh? Shit, wait. Let's go and demonstrate something. Okay, try again. Just try again. Soft close, of course. Have to get very there. Wait, it doesn't open that much. What? That's weird. There, yes. Daddy Bjorn approves wide opening. But look at the interior here. Wow. Nice. Huh? And in the back, look at that, huh? Wow. Wonder what these handles are for. What, huh? I mean, I thought it was a table, but maybe you're supposed to put your tablet there. No, I don't know. Maybe it's just the handle in the back for some, I don't know. But then, okay, and then people are like, "Ooh, this is nice. Look at the back here. Yeah, look at that." Until you open the trunk and be like, "Oh, there's a Model 3 opening." But okay, whatever. Okay, it's still fine. Still nice and deep trunk. Okay, so yes, I will do a range test and see how efficient this car is. It's long range, 100 and wait, press the brake. Oh yeah. It's the long range, 116 kilowatt hour rear wheel drive. So it seems like it is fairly efficient. At least it's not that thirsty. Yeah, so we're gonna check it out. We actually have some trip meter here and stuff, and this car has done 113,000 kilometers. I have car scanners. Some of the variables are incorrect. For example, the current here is not correct, but the voltage seems to be correct. Battery temperature also seems to be correct, so it's nice and warm, I guess. It is cold outside, only 16.5 degrees Celsius. Oh, lol. Yeah, so yes, we're gonna retest some stuff and then off we go. I'm a noob. I didn't check in the settings. There's so many settings here. But open angle was set to narrow. So if I go medium or fully open, then it will open more. Nice. And as always, I'm gonna go out and do my shot in Thai, but then every time I press this door opening button, nothing happens. You heard a click. Second time though, wait, sorry. I mean, when I hear the click and I feel the resistance and the feedback, the physical feedback, it should open. No, you have to do it like this. No, wait, I did it hard now. Is it because you're not supposed to open it by accident, so you actually have to do this? I don't know, but it bothers me. Maybe it doesn't bother you. Oh yeah, before we go on the test, ta-da! The EV Station Plus charging hub is up and running. So for the longest time, you've seen this one single charger here, 200 amp cable. I mean, that's 2015, no, maybe 2017 tech in Norway, right? It's so-called 120 kilowatt, but you kind of need 800 volt to get, yeah, something like that, to get the 120 kilowatt claim. Otherwise, it's only 75-ish for most cars. Well, until we get this, oh yeah, new type of chargers, 300 amp, 180 kilowatt. So I'm gonna test it afterwards. The car is being very aggressive on the whole unlocking, locking, but okay, anyway, And the other annoying thing is that every time you start driving, it will show you this camera, backup camera, whatever, in the rear mirror. So I need to press this button to turn it off every time, and I haven't found out where I can turn off that feature in the screen here. But okay, here I'm going to use the custom mode, because if you use some of the other modes, it will use low regen, but in the custom mode you can choose acceleration to be comfort or standard or sport. But okay, it probably doesn't matter because it's rear wheel drive. If it's all wheel drive, it could be like, yeah, the comfort or the eco mode will turn off one of the motors. So okay, I'm going to use comfort mode. I feel like it's kind of slow, the comfort mode, but all right. And then the regen is strong, and then all the other stuff, I'll just leave it like that. Okay, we're on the move, and we're doing the 90 test first. We cruise at 93 on the speedo, and that is 90 GPS speed. And then it has auto lane change. Wow, look at that. It really works though. On the way from Bangkok to here, it didn't work most of the time. I don't know why it suddenly worked now, but yeah, it's great. We're on the concrete surface, and then even with 22-inch tires, it is nice and quiet in here. It's incredibly quiet. And also, well, okay comfort. Feel like it is a bit bouncy. Oh, the car is a bit weird also sometimes. Yeah, it will do weird stuff like in the U-turn section. It will suddenly pull quite hard to the right. Like, ah! Okay, let's hope it doesn't happen now when we're filming. Shit. But also, when we start driving, this is kind of strange. I need to check once we do the 120 test, but it doesn't have that initial burst that it should have. I know every car has that once you start driving. Here it seems like it's just constantly low, or it's capped maybe. Oh, never mind, though. I was looking at this earlier. That's since charge. We have to look at this since reset. So far, 187 watt-hour per kilometer. That ain't too bad. But this is also strange. It's quite cold outside, 18.5 degrees. But I need to put the HVAC on 25.5 degrees Celsius. Otherwise, it's going to be too cold in here. This car is acting just like other Chinese cars. If you have it in 21 degrees, it's going to be way too cold, especially during winter. And it is winter right now in Thailand. Well, this time we use 179 watt-hour per kilometer. That is more than the MG IM6, but this car underreports distance by as much as 2.1%. So the real consumption is 175, and then the IM6 was 169. So then 1 degree Celsius colder, and 22-inch wheels here versus 20-inch on the IM6. I think this is actually pretty good. Wait a minute, you see, I just reset the trip and I went off now, and I see that it doesn't spike up to 300 or 400 watt-hour per kilometer. It stays at 208. That's liar, pants on fire, battery on fire. Shit. Okay, so this time we cruise at 123 on the speedo to match 120 GPS speed. You know, it seems that we are hammering at 150 kilometers per hour here in Thailand, but it's just that the lanes, they are so narrow, so it looks like it goes fast. Wow, now that we go on proper high speed, yes, and the Germans here, 120 kilometers per Stunde is nicht schnell. Okay, but I can feel the bounciness more. Oh, over the bumps. Seems like it lost some grip also over the bumps, so maybe the traction control kicked slightly in. But yeah, at least it's nice and quiet in here. Oh, I like it. But the whole bounciness kind of ruins it a bit. So then you need the Royal Edition then. It costs more with the air suspension. Oh, this is interesting. Now we have 240 watt-hour per kilometer. Yeah, so it seems like that initial burst was just cut off to be shown low and not show the initial high burst. Maybe to not scare people. Now you also get the impression of how bumpy it is over here. So, well, let's see if it goes down as we go now. We are on a fairly flat surface. Wow, this time it was only 236 watt-hour per kilometer. This is better than the IM6, and I haven't corrected for the distance error yet. Well, now we're charging on the new chargers. It's ramping up kind of slow. 100, okay, 140. I tried the other 180 kilowatt charger. It was Spark EV, whatever it's called. I want 175. Here, let's see if we get higher. Because the current is 227. It can deliver 300, right? So, wait, maybe we are colgating. Yeah, that is a possibility. It's only 23 to 24 degrees Celsius. Ah, yeah, we have to wait until it heats up. But wow, according to the test today, because we have such a big battery, well, I measured 108.6 kilowatt hour. We get whopping 621 kilometers of range. Wow! And even in the high-speed test, we get 470 kilometers. This is simply amazing. But if we can assume that we will have the same consumption as the IM6 in the Sunday drive, we should be able to go 870 kilometers. That is a new record if it's true. We're gonna test it in 2 days now and see how far this car can go in a single charge. Yeah, all right. Anyway, when it comes to the whole car, okay, it's supposed to be like a, I don't know, it should, we say it's like a luxury car or premium, but compared to the EQS, for example, or some of the real luxury cars, I feel like this is not on the same level, but those cars are also more expensive. Like the feel or the material, that you know, when you touch knobs and stuff, like the buttons here, you know, here it doesn't feel like it's on par with the German brothers from another mother, but it's still pretty nice. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.